Let me ask you guys a very simple question. Name a profession which gives us high returns with zero amount of risk. Investment in stock market? No, not at all. इसमें तो risk है.
Risk है.
Indulging yourself in corruption? Yes, you got that right. Corruption has become high returns, zero risk activity in India. Okay, let's not make it that critical. We all know that growing corruption in India is all due to the main two reasons. Number one, declining human values, and number two, there are no proper laws and acts to check this menace. Looking forward into the most important critic analysis within a wrap of just few minutes. Hey there, I am Rajat. Let's open up. Recently, the global NGO named as the Transparency International carried out a small survey across all the Asian countries. According to this NGO, India is amongst the rapidly growing corrupted country. चलिए इसके रूट कोज को समझते हैं. करप्शन आखिर शुरू कहां से होता है? All the public functionaries, the bureaucrats, the officers, the ministers are the trustees of the people. And we know this is a fundamental principle in our democracy. मगर आयरनी ये है कि हमारे यहाँ जहाँ एक तरफ गवर्नमेंट की मोनोपोली या यूं कहे ऑनरशिप दिन पे दिन बढ़ती ही जा रही है, वहाँ दूसरी तरफ our ministers and the civil servants enjoy certain amount of freedom and special powers, or you can say the distinct powers. और आखिर में there is no accountability towards the people. और जब ये तीनों cases, monopoly of the government, distinct powers to the ministers and civil servants, and no accountability towards the people को एक साथ combine कर दे, then we could see the end result as the growth of corruption more and more. Well, for every Thanos there is an Iron Man. The government could prove itself as the Iron Man. We youth out there could prove ourselves as the Iron Man. So without wasting our time, let's now jump into the solution part. What step the government needs to take over here? What could the government do in this particular situation? Number one, the House of Parliament and the state legislature needs to adopt a code of ethics based upon the 7 principles of Nolan Committee in United Kingdom. That is selflessness, honesty, accountability, integrity, leadership, objectivity, and the openness. Afterwards, the PMO needs to set up an ethics commissioner to assist this ethics committee of the parliament. This small step will surely lead to understand the ethical norms and will surely work as a checkpoint to all those discretionary powers which are being enjoyed by the civil servants and the ministers, and hence will lead to increase the accountability towards the people. Number 2, strengthening of POCA 1988 Prevention of Corruption Act. एक आम इंसान से अगर हम करप्शन के बारे में पूछे तो उसका जवाब क्या रहेगा? जो आदमी घूस लेता है, ब्राइबरी लेता है, वो एक करप्टेड इंसान है. Simple. But the fact is, corruption is more than that. Under POCA 1988, abuse of authority to harm or favor someone, obstruction of justice, squandering public money, gross perversion of constitution and democratic institution can be regarded as a corrupted person. In simple words, those who do not follow the constitution, the ideal laid down by the constitution, are regarded as the corrupted one. For not providing the fundamental rights to the people can be regarded as the corrupted one. For promoting the hatred among the religious community can be considered as a corrupted one. Discriminating a person can be also considered as a corrupted one. So there is a significant need to strengthen this Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. Government needs to understand the difference between the two different corruption, the coercive corruption and the collusive corruption. Coercive corruption जो कि लोअर लेवल पे होती है, जैसे कि अपने मोटर व्हीकल के डीएल के लिए घूस देना, और दूसरी तरफ coercive corruption जो कि हायर लेवल पे होती है, जिसमें बड़े बड़े पॉलिटिशियन, सिविल सर्वेंट्स और कॉर्पोरेट्स के बीच में डील होती है. यहाँ समझने वाली बात यह है कि the civil servants or the bureaucrats have the security of the tenure under the Article 311. जहां एक तरफ ये आर्टिकल 311 सिविल सर्वेंट्स को जॉब सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइड करती है, वहां दूसरी तरफ करप्ट सिविल सर्वेंट्स को घूस लेने की छूट, क्योंकि उन्हें अपना जॉब खोने का डर नहीं रहता. So there is a need to repeal the Article 311 of our Indian Constitution. Number 3, the LOKPAL and LOKAYUKT Act. We all are aware of the LOKPAL and LOKAYUKT Act of 2013, which Indian Parliament had brought into effect. Body of LOKPAL for the Union to inquire into allegation of corruption and body of LOKAYUKT for the states to inquire into allegation of corruption. मगर आयरनी यह है कि जहां ये एक गेम चेंजर बन सकता था, वहां आज एक पेपर टाइगर बनकर रह गई है। There are delay in appointment. As per the article in the Hindu newspaper, LOKPAL is a non-starter. For more than long 5 years, even the chairperson and members of the LOKPAL were not being appointed. So, what I think the government needs to see this part. It is very much important to strengthen the LOKPAL and LOKAYUKT Act very soon. The government must strengthen the enquiry and prosecution wing in the LOKPAL and LOKAYUKT Act and make it efficient enough to fight against this menace. Number 4. The CBI needs autonomy. ये हम सबको पता है कि the CBI doesn't enjoy the sufficient power and autonomy. There are political pressures onto it. और जब तक ये गवर्नमेंट का प्रेशर, ये political pressure CBI के ऊपर रहेगी, तब तक it won't allow the CBI to bring forward the cases of corruption. It is as simple as that to understand. आखिर अपने घर में ही चोरी को बाहर लाना ही कौन चाहेगा? So the government needs to check this particular thing. The CBI should be given necessary freedom and autonomy. A dedicated cadre who could check all this, and the most important thing, it should be accountable directly to the parliament rather than being accountable to the government. Look, corruption is not a problem for just some countries. It is an ग्लोबल इशू। हाल ही में 9 दिसंबर को हम सब ने इंटरनेशनल एंटी करप्शन डे ऑब्जर्व किया टू रेज द अवेयरनेस अगेंस्ट द करप्शन एंड टू प्रिवेंट इट। पर कैसे? सोशल मीडिया पे पोस्ट शेयर करके, एंटी करप्शन डे, से नो टू करप्शन ट्वीट करके। वी रियली नीड टू थिंक ट्वाइस अबाउट दिस इशू। वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड द रियल सिनेरियो बिहाइंड इट। वी यूथ आउट देयर कुड मेक अ स्मॉल डिफरेंस एज वी आर द फ्यूचर टू दिस नेशन। एंड इवन द थीम ऑफ इंटरनेशनल एंटी करप्शन डे 2020 suggested us unity against corruption, which targets more and more number of youth in their campaign to achieve the sustainable development goals. खुशी की बात यह है कि हमें इतना तो पता है कि 9 दिसंबर is observed as the International Anti-Corruption Day. मगर दुख की बात यह है कि we youth out there are lacking some basic ethical norms in our day-to-day life. And by letting you guys know about this very small fact, it does makes a sense to me.